Hilda Bacci, will be making the largest pot of Nigerian jollof rice the world has ever seen.
When did you first hear of the name Hilda Bacci? Sometime in 2023, right? Yes, perhaps. If that is your correct answer, that means your memory stays sharp and crystal clear.
And it's not easy to do what you're doing, to get this much support. So I think as opposed to worrying about the problem, you need to focus on being grateful. Gratitude. This place is filled with so many people. People came from different states. People are watching from different parts of the world, and they are all here to see you. And that's what matters. Okay, so stop worrying about it. You've got this, Hilda. You've got this.
Hilda is a record-breaking chef that previously organized the cookathon at an attempt to break the Guinness Book of Records back in 2023 for the longest hours of cooking. At that time, she actually did it. She broke the record with a staggering 93 hours, 11 minutes of cooking. It was thrilling and yet exciting all at the same time. Mostly from the love she received from the general public, everybody was encouraging her, everybody was actually cheering her.
I'm so proud of you. You're one of the most courageous women I've seen in my entire life.
You keep tapping and tapping the chat.
Hilda, you are so amazing.
I love you so much. You can do this.
If you've done it before, we know that you can
do all things through Christ that strengthens you.
Hilda, you can do this.
You can do this.
Hilda, Second Brother's got you. We're here for you. We're here to support you.
And she actually did it. Thumbs up to her. And record-breaking Hilda is at it again. This time around, it was bigger.
I think it's important to point out that we are not beating a record. We are creating one because this is something that has never been done before.
Go, Hilda, go, Hilda, go!
Go, Hilda, go!
You got this.
They are rooting for you.
Now, she called this one the biggest pot of Nigerian jollof ever.
I want to make a pot of jollof rice, and I want the pot to be as big as my office.
When she announced this cooking event and asked the general public to go and register for the event, in few hours, in the shortest period of time, more than 20,000 people registered in the shortest amount of time. It's just like selling a concert ticket. That led her into actually changing the venue for the main event.
We have decided that we are going to be changing the venue. But this venue is bigger, it's amazing, and it's not even far from the previous venue. The new venue is, drumroll please, Echo Hotels and Suites.
We did it for Nigeria, for Hilda, for Jollof.
The event was scheduled to take place at an initial or a different location, but after much consideration, Echo Hotel and Suite was chosen in order for this cooking fiesta because of the what? Because the people that registered were more than expected. So there will be enough space to contain these people.
Today is that day.
We're gonna serve 20,000. Let's go, babies.
There must be something in the food for African and their delicacies, you know, and I'm just saying.
I don't break records now for Hilda Bacci. 2 dozen at base.
As the saying goes, a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. But I'm not actually directing this thing to any man in particular anyway. But men love food, especially African men.
People should just calm down. There's enough food. Everywhere Lapido.
For someone who loves to cook, where do you think she got this drive and passion from? To become such a celebrated figure, all for simply cooking, something majority of women and few men can actually do. It's like a factory default setting in most women coming from an African home. Any woman who doesn't know how to cook in an African home is basically, you say, is not a wife material to some people. Well, it's a skill considered to, you know, help you actually to attract prospective suitors if you're a woman, in case you are still searching. If you want to know whether you and your partner are still, you know, ask the man, honey, how is my cooking skills? But you know one thing about mothers anyway. Yes, mothers are always our first influence. For me, my mother was my first influence. We know where she got this passion from. A chip from an old block. Hilda's mom also cooks, and she owns a restaurant in Lagos, serving as the building block for what we are witnessing in her daughter in today's world.
I am my mother's daughter. And I used to always say that if my life is anything half as like what my mom is, like if I have everything that she has in me, the Bible says the latter shall be greater than the former, which means that whatever God has put in my mom, he has put a greater version of that in me. And just watching her, following her footsteps, you know, wanting to make her proud is enough motivation to keep me going.
As Hilda has pointed out herself that her mother has been her biggest supporter, her cheerleader, and it goes to show how well we can actually perform with just the right support. A lot of dreams can be achieved. In the case of Hilda, it's her mother. In your case, it can be anybody. It doesn't have to actually be Hilda. It can be a stranger, it can be your uncle, it can be your father, it can be literally anybody. From our first cookathon to cooking the biggest pot of jollof rice ever, one thing has always been at her side, and that is making history. Hilda has always been remembered for something good. Hilda does not want to be forgotten in a hurry, and she is making her mark and cementing her place in the history books. And what better book to write on than the Guinness Book of Records? Cooking the biggest pot of Nigerian jollof requires a pot that will have to contain all the ingredients and the rice and still cook it. A new pot has to specifically be constructed for this purpose. It can hold a staggering 23,000 liters. That's half of a fuel tanker, if you ask me. To simply put it in a context, it was a massive pot weighing a staggering tons, constructed in Bagada to be used at Eko to cook what would be known as the biggest pot of jollof rice ever, at least coming from the Nigerian perspective. Everything about the pot speaks volume. Even keeping the pot clean itself is a daunting task, requiring some degree of effort in order to keep it in a usable state. This is where hygiene and cleanliness really count, and Hilda knows this as well, so she really rolled out her sleeves and gave it a clean swipe.
See as my pot don dey shine. You see as my pot is beautiful.
You know, she has been preparing for long for this. A lot of things has to go right all at once to pull this off, and the team she built around herself deserve all the credit and commendation for their show of resilience and hard work throughout the entire process from beginning till the end. They were solid, consistently putting in the work that made the entire show worthwhile. Imagine if you had gone there and then there was one hiccup or the other. It's because of the dedication of the team members. People may have come near and far, friends, colleagues, and family, just to, you know, stand with her. And then she is internally grateful for the show of support that she got throughout this process. Professor Yemi Osuba just said, simply put it this way, I commend Hilda for the brilliance of her ideas, for the heart behind this execution, and for attempting a Guinness World Record for the largest pot of jollof rice ever. In such a creative way anyway, Hilda has actually done something that we all should be proud of. If you ever want to try what Hilda and her team has accomplished, if it's something that you want to do, you know, back in 2023, when she tried it, so some people began to try how to cook for some few hours. But if you ever want to try what these guys have put together, there are some things I want you to have in mind before you actually want to exceed all the things that she has done. For you to displace Hilda historic feat, here are the things you need to know. You have to have 4,000 kilograms of washed basmati rice, 612 kilograms of oil, 800 kg of Gino Asun pepper chicken and patty jollof, 600 grams of jollof pepper mix, 222 grams of Gino Asun pepper chicken cube, 20 grams of Gino curry and 7 grams of Gino thyme, 300 kilograms of onion, garlic and ginger blend, 164 kilograms of fresh goat's meat, 1,200 kilograms of gas, and 9 hours of fire, passion, and teamwork, equating 16,600 plates of jollof rice served with joy, love, and community. These are the things that those guys actually put out there. Guinness Book of Records has actually confirmed Hilda Bacci's biggest pot of jollof in the world.